We're inevitably facing much higher unemployment this winter. The furlough scheme, the self-employment income support scheme served a useful purpose when it looked as if the restrictions on our economic life were only going to be temporary. But the Chancellor has rightly recognised that the government can't keep businesses on life support indefinitely. We have to concentrate on encouraging the creation of new jobs. But how do we do this? The Prime Minister speaks of massive investment in new green technologies, but governments have a poor record in outguessing the market in choosing technologies to invest in. As for huge infrastructure schemes, HS2, the proposed Crossrail 2, these are often wasteful and seemingly always subject to massive overruns in both time and money. They are anyway very unlikely to provide many jobs for people who were previously working in shops, restaurants, events management and so on, or for that matter for the thousands of new graduates seeking their first jobs. Nor are subsidies to employers to take on young workers, such as the new Kickstart programme, likely to do very much good. We've had loads of such schemes in the past, and the evidence is that they add little to sustainable employment when the subsidy runs out. They often simply divert unemployment from one group to another in any case. Governments in recessions are always tempted to spend our money to show they're at least doing something. But the current crisis must not be an excuse for the permanent expansion of the state and increased taxation, itself damaging, of course, to recovery and a permanent drag on the economy. Before the pandemic, the UK had been doing very well for the last decade in generating new private sector jobs. We should enhance the conditions under which job creation is maximised. This means allowing markets for goods and services to operate as freely as possible. The government has made some useful steps in deregulation, most notably the proposed reform of land use planning. But in thinking about job creation, we should also look at liberalising employment regulation, which is always in effect a tax on jobs, whatever benefits may otherwise be claimed for it. A key element in job creation and widening opportunities should be the reform of occupational licensing. We shouldn't be insisting that all social workers have a degree in social work, or that entry into nursing careers should only be by the degree route, or that estate agents, art therapists, childminders, private investigators should have a specific set of state-determined qualifications. We could usefully reform minimum wages, for example by reducing the number of different rates and dropping the national living wage target of 2/3 of median hourly earnings by 2024. We could scrap the apprenticeship levy, loosen restrictions on employment agencies, consider reforming pension auto-enrolment. Employers won't take on new workers out of a sense of public duty, nor should they be expected to do so. Sustainable increases in jobs follow from employers, large and small, finding it economically worthwhile to employ people. This insight should be at the centre of all government thinking on jobs. It so very rarely is.